Steve Bannon admitted on his show recently that he and his little, followers out there are actually attempting not just to overturn the 2020 election, which he assures us is still going to happen and he's working on that, but that they're trying to overtake what he calls the election apparatus here in the United States. Let me read what he said. All the MSNBC producers should understand something. Before I even finish, why are you just addressing MSNBC producers? Are those the only people who need to be aware of what you're doing? Anyway, we're going to get it decertified in Arizona and Georgia and Pennsylvania and, wait for it, Wisconsin. We're going to get these electors decertified. Okay, I'm going to continue in a second, but that's not a thing. Okay, I know your audience is not smart. Okay, we all know your audience is nothing but a bunch of idiots. And you're smart enough to know how to con the idiots. But if any of the morons who watch Steve Bannon's show happen to accidentally click on this, please know that he's saying these things not because he believes them, but because he thinks you're stupid. So, do with that information what you will. And guess what? We're going to take over the election apparatus. American citizens that are volunteering, I understand that you don't think that's democracy because the globalists have kind of done the misdirection plays and had everybody looking the other way. No, 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 no. Those days are over. They are now going to volunteer to become a precinct committee man. They're going to volunteer to become an election official. They're going to come and run for county clerk and overthrow these county clerks. And they're going to take over the secretaries of state. Problem is, he's been successful with this. This isn't some, plan that's still in the development phases here. This is something he has been doing this year. And this is something that his followers, the Trump supporters, have in fact been doing this year. And they've seen a decent degree of success. They're winning some of these elections. They're taking over these election boards. We've already seen them taking over the school boards. And this is the plan. And I'll tell you something else that's truly terrifying. This is all 100% legal. I know they still talk about overturning the election. That's not going to happen. That is not constitutional. What they're doing here, though, taking over these election boards, volunteering, being the ones to run for these offices, that's legal. There's nothing we can do to stop them from doing these things other than getting active and getting involved ourselves. And honestly, at this point, this is what it is going to take. If these MAGA hat wearing buffoons take over these local election boards in swing districts and swing states all over the country, they're going to be the ones that get to set the rules about voting hours, polling locations, things like that really do matter. You may not think about it. Maybe your polling place is right around the corner, always has been the same spot. They could change that. They could make it more confusing. They can change the early voting hours, which is something they're already trying to do. And of course, the only fix for this is that John Lewis Voting Rights Act that we can't get passed because we can't eliminate the filibuster in the Senate. So, the longer we wait, the more powerful they get. Because Bannon, to his credit, is actually pretty good at this. His audience may not understand it. It may be a total long con for him, which I honestly believe it is. He doesn't really care either way, as long as he gets to be the guy in charge and the guy that makes the money. But he is good at it. And he's showing success with it. And the only thing that can stop it is that Voting Rights Act in the Senate. And of course, those Democratic senators who have not yet killed the filibuster are just sitting there idly, actually on vacation right now, doing nothing while Bannon's plan comes to fruition.